These are some of San Diego's most famous spots, and I say, skip them all. Instead, I'm taking you to 5 hidden gems that most visitors never find. From a secret cave that you can only access at certain times, to a peaceful garden with the best ocean views in San Diego, to local spots so good that San Diegans want to keep them hidden. And stay until the end for a quick peek at one of my favorite beaches that you'll have to kind of work to get to, but trust me, totally worth it. Let's start with Liberty Station. This is one of the coolest, uniquely San Diego spots. It's actually a former naval training center that was transformed into a really fun area with trendy shops, great restaurants, a food hall, makers market, theater, and so much more. Even the former barracks are now an art district. Heads up though, it's really close to the San Diego airport and right under the flight path, which can be impressive to watch, but it can also stop you mid-conversation when a jet's taken off. Although, I kind of think that just adds to the uniqueness of the place. Where else can you sip a beer and watch jets soar over historic naval barracks that are now art galleries? Next up, Sunset Cliffs. This whole area is actually a 68-acre natural park that runs along Point Loma's western edge. It's consistently ranked one of the best sunset spots in San Diego, so it's not really a hidden gem because so many people visit there, but there's one thing that most of those visitors have no idea even exists. Hidden in the cliffs is a sea cave. I need to be super clear about one thing though, this isn't your regular tourist stop. If you want to see the caves, you can only visit safely during specific negative tide times. I'll put the tide chart link in the description below, but negative tide times have a minus sign in the tide chart, so don't go without checking it first. You'll want to plan to arrive about 30 minutes before the lowest tide. Be ready to do a little scrambling to get down there, and don't stay too long. The tide comes back in pretty quickly. If cave exploring isn't your thing, no worries. The main cliffs are still absolutely gorgeous, especially at sunset. You can still spot the caves at low tide if you know what you're looking for, and honestly, it's always fun just to hang out and watch the surfers. And yeah, sunset can get a bit crowded, parking can be a challenge, but trust me, just pack some patience because it's really worth it. All right, so if you want to experience Point Loma like a local, you've got to check out Point Loma Seafood. This place is an institution. The locals have been coming here forever, and for really good reason. Here's how to do the place right. Skip the tourist favorites and ask about their off-menu local specials. Everything is fresh from the ocean and ridiculously delicious. And if you want to see more in Point Loma, some of my favorite local places are really close by. Epic Brewing is right across the walkway and a few feet down from Point Loma Seafood. It's a great family-owned brewery where you can sit and sip a lager while watching the boats in the marina. And here's a bonus tip. A short walk down Shelter Island Drive, actually on Shelter Island, is a well-known restaurant called Bali High. Even if you don't eat there, it's worth driving by just for an incredible backdrop of the San Diego skyline. The views here are amazing, especially around sunset, but also pretty nice first thing in the morning. Let's head up to North County now for something completely different. A lot of tourists don't even venture out this far, but it's absolutely worth the journey to visit the cute town of Encinitas. And my favorite hidden gem in the North County, the Meditation Gardens. It's a gorgeous hidden oasis right in the heart of Encinitas. A lot of people drive right past these iconic golden towers without realizing there's this incredible Zen garden tucked away behind it. The gardens are completely free to visit, and you'll have million-dollar views. There are these little meditation nooks throughout the garden. A lot of them are overlooking the ocean or next to peaceful koi ponds. Each little path leads to another quiet spot where you can meditate, watch the surfers, or just appreciate the beautiful flowers and succulents in this amazing garden. Here's a pro tip. Come right when they open in the morning. You'll practically have the place to yourself, and you can watch the surfers and the morning mist clear up over the ocean from up here. It's really incredible. Also, don't forget your camera. The way the light hits the plants and the ponds in the morning makes for some really gorgeous photos. For our last hidden gem, we're checking out Carlsbad Village. And if you're thinking, isn't Carlsbad just Legoland? You are in for a treat. The village has this perfect mix of old and new, historic buildings filled with cool local shops and amazing restaurants, and this really laid-back beach town vibe that's getting a lot harder to find in San Diego. Here's a local secret. Head down to the beach access at Pine Street. It's way less crowded than the main beach entrances, and you'll find this gorgeous stretch of coastline that most tourists completely miss. And before we wrap up, I promised to tell you about one of my favorite beaches, so here it is. At Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve, there's this gorgeous beach that can only be accessed by trail or by beach when the tide is low enough. As a result, you'll find far fewer people here than almost any other beach in the area. More on Torrey Pines in a future video, but if you come here, bring your hiking shoes. It's gorgeous and there's so much to explore. So these 5 hidden gems and my favorite beach are honestly just the beginning of San Diego's secret treasures. There's so much to see and do that's away from the tourist crowds. And if you're planning a trip here, you might want to consider a home exchange. I have my home listed there, and literally there are hundreds of other homes listed. It's the ultimate way to experience San Diego like a local. Drop a comment below if you want more San Diego secrets, and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden gems and travel tips. Until next time, ciao friends.